This is a video for demanding flight simmers, where I will show you a technique how to bring your touch monitor cockpits look and feel closer to the reality. I was building large aircraft and flying small aircraft for the last 40 years, and I finally needed again something close to aviation. So I decided to build a simulator. It should look like a real cockpit and feel like it. That was my target. I built a cockpit structure based on the Beechcraft King Air. This medium size would allow me to realize smaller and larger aircraft, dashboards or panels. I wanted to change aircraft, so control and display hardware needed to be flexible and quick and simple to exchange. So finally, this was the result. Air Manager with Nobster in combination with Explain 12 and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 was the basis. I added some switch panels connected to the simulator via simple interface cards. This brought me a bit closer to the reality. However, I was not satisfied. So thinking a while, the idea came up to put panels over the touch display, just frames to allow touch control. I was still not satisfied, and searching for conductive material, I found PLA ESD filament for 3D printers. So I contacted a very good friend of mine who helped me already for the PC build, and asked him to print a test knob for testing the principle. It worked. Soon, cutting panels and bezels with a CNC router and putting knobs and keys in proved the concept was good and working. And here the result on the example of 4 different cockpits and different aircraft, which I change from time to time depending on the flights I would like to make. On the next video you will see a live change of the cockpits. Most of the time is taken by running down and running up the simulator software, and very short time is only used for changing the panels and the Air Manager setup. Okay, here I stand after a flight in Saint-Martin in Switzerland, a flight with a CJ4, and changing now to the Beechcraft King Air. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off the CJ4 panels. They are built in pieces of maximum 40 centimeters because the CNC router wouldn't allow more. And I think it's even practical. You have a kind of a modular cockpit, and even combinations of different cockpits, at least parts of it, are possible. So after I have removed the old panels, I put in place the panels of the King Air C90B. This is a more conventional cockpit. Of course, as you can see, it takes only a few tenths of seconds to put them in place. They are held by simple magnets on the back side of the panels and metal sheets on the structure side. So in the meantime, I switch on the related Air Manager panels for the King Air. There's nothing, no specific software behind. And that's it, changing from one aircraft to the other, or from one cockpit to the other. And we are ready to go for the next flight. The principle is the following. Panels with holes and cutouts for the cockpit dashboard and bezels with knobs and buttons to transfer the contact from the fingertip to the touch display. So I had to go through a pretty flat learning curve in designing 2D panels and operating the CNC router in order to make these precise cutouts. The design of the 2D drawings is relatively simple. You just take a screenshot of your layout and put it behind the design drawing, and it will fit quite well after the cutout. And the final adjustment you can do on Air Manager by stretching or reducing or relocating the panels and the bezels so they would fit exactly to the keys. So also I had to learn 3D printing, but that's pretty easy to do, except the part you need to design the 3D bezels or knobs. But after a while, this is relatively easy and straightforward. Controls are exactly operated as on the normal Air Manager. You touch the keys or you touch the round buttons and then turn the single knobster to set the values. And finally, you use a good label printer for the bezels and the keys. And now some example flights of the various cockpits and aircraft. Up here I have the Navigraph, which is running on the mini PC, where I see my charts and can just confirm that what is in the flight management system is correct and get the frequencies, etc. So we reached the approach sector for Detroit, and we are going now down to 2,000 feet on the QNH 1027. So setting the QNH 1027. That's it. So I'm going down to 2,000 feet, changing, and setting again flight level change speed to 250. Let's take 200, because otherwise we are too fast for the approach. 2,000 on Bouclet. Better change now to the ILS. Approach mode on the autopilot. Slow down further. We have 11 miles to go. And an important remark at the end, I'm not paid by anybody to make this video. Not the software companies or not the hardware companies. It's all bought by myself and it's all developed by myself. So feel free to use the idea, to modify the idea, to make it even better. Up to you. Thank you and goodbye.